Blood of Mehran tries hard to bring back the kind of action games we got in the PlayStation 2 and early PlayStation 3 era. It mixes ideas from God of War and Assassin's Creed into a linear hack-and-slash adventure. The story follows Mehran, a retired warrior forced back into battle after tragedy strikes his family. It's clear the developers wanted to create a classic-style action game focused on combat and revenge. But while the ambition is there, the execution falls short. The game is divided into levels where you fight waves of enemies before taking on a boss. You start with a sword, then gain access to new weapons like double scimitars, a bow, and a sword and shield combo. Each weapon has its use, and switching between them adds some variety. You can upgrade weapons and abilities using points earned from fights, which helps progression feel steady. Combat is where Blood of Mehran tries to stand out, but it ends up being its weakest point. The weapon system has depth on paper, but in practice it lacks impact. You often can't tell if your attacks are landing unless you look at enemy health bars. Hit detection is inconsistent, and parrying feels unreliable. Sometimes your sword passes straight through an enemy with no effect. Other times, a parry that looks perfectly timed just doesn't work. These problems make fights feel clumsy rather than satisfying. Visually, the environments look decent at first glance. There's real effort in the level design and scenery, especially in how lighting and water effects are used, but technical issues constantly pull you out of it. Frame drops, texture pop-in, and strange-looking character models make it hard to stay immersed. Lip syncing is also noticeably off, breaking what little tension the cutscenes manage to build. The sound design is equally uneven. The voice acting is flat and often doesn't match the tone of the scenes. Mehran speaks calmly even in moments that should feel angry or emotional. His battle lines sound awkward, like he's talking to himself from a distance. Some supporting characters are even worse, coming across as unintentionally irritating. Music and ambient sounds are fine but unremarkable. Blood of Mehran is a decent attempt to revive old-school linear action games, but it doesn't quite get there. It has flashes of promise in its setting and combat ideas, but the lack of feedback, rough hit detection, and weak performances hold it back. The visuals show effort, yet the technical problems and stiff animations spoil them. At around 8 hours long, it's a short, average experience that feels like a rough draft of something better. For more, check out our reviews of Silent Hill F or Ghost of Yodi. Thanks for watching.